Good.
Pretty
That
good.
is good, dude. Welcome everybody. This is Elvertual, with your host Elvert, who streams this shit every Tuesday. Not really, or whenever he ever, whenever I fucking want to, really, because it's Thursday now. But this is my very special guest, my homie. Hey, mute your shit.
What's that?
Mute it. I hear echo of myself. There you go. Oh, or is it me? I think it's me, actually. Boom. All right, fuck it. I thought that you were streaming something, and then I was hearing it on my head. Shit, dude. Oh my god, it was bad. Ooh. Anyways, hello everybody. This is my very special friend who I've known for years, for almost 10 years now, probably even more. Uh, please introduce yourself, my dude. You're the homie. You are the biscuit. The fucking I don't know, gravy to the biscuits. The fucking whatever it is. You're Luis. Tell us more about you, dude. You are muted.
Oh, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
All right. Hey, my name is Luis, also known as Embers. If you ever game with me, I play mostly flat screen games. I'm into a lot of survival shooter games. I sometimes play, the PvP, classic Call of Duty and stuff like that. Mainstream games. But
Very into Call of Duty.
Yeah, I used to be a console only player before I got a PC. That was pretty fun. I used to play a lot of VR with Elvert at the time of my accident, and uh, thanks to him because he got me the VR, and that was a blessing because I had literally nothing to do but play VR around that time. So
It
uh,
was it was it sucked. It sucked, honestly, guys. Seeing your buddy for quite some time, just like, like seeing the news article that he got hurt, and like, getting like text messages that he got hurt, and I'm like, oh man. And at the time I had like expendable money from the two jobs I was working at, and I got him a PlayStation VR1 because I knew that he had a PlayStation 4 at home, and I was like, oh, that's compatible. So yeah, it worked out. It worked out. For the meantime, like it sucked too because like a lot of games for VR are meant for two hands, while he only had one hand to work with. So can you actually give me your experience with that, like with playing with one
mm,
hand and stuff like that, man? Yeah.
yeah, it was different. Especially playing with my least dominant hand because the accident kind of happened to my right hand, and that is, I do everything with my right hand more so than the left, like normal people. But um, it was just transitioning into like only playing something with my left hand as opposed to being like on a controller. It was way different. Uh, it it took some time to like getting used to and being able to enjoy actual VR at the time too, because of me having like pretty bad motion sickness in some games, and that was a pretty big hump I had to get over. In playing VR games, some of them I just couldn't, but others I was like able to play for hours, and but it was a really big experience jumping into VR from just playing like straight flat screen console games, the regular, like I said, mainstream games. So
An experience for sure. Yeah, it didn't really help that one of his first VR games that he's ever played was Gollum in PSVR2. Uh, it didn't help at all because even that game, Luis, even that game made experienced VR veterans motion sickness.
mm,
So, so it was not the best game to introduce you with. Uh, and that was totally on me. However, what games did you get into though?
Let me go back a little bit because I
Okay.
don't remember Gollum. I
Okay,
like
Gall.
I like kind of remember it, but not really.
All right, all right. Do you want me to show you a fucking trailer of it to
Yeah.
refresh your memory? All right, here.
Let's see some gameplay. Cause
Man, you're gonna remember it.
Gollum. Actually, you know what? I think I do.
Yeah, yeah. I remember it was like the first
Yep.
hold on, gameplay. Just no, just I don't wanna hear any I don't wanna hear like any commentary. But yeah, it was this game where you you
Wait,
walk
did you?
with
Okay.
I'm still here. Where you walk like when you press and hold the controller, you just like you tilt the controller forward to walk.
Yeah.
And like it was like a whole 30-minute introduction where this like here I actually switched the screen over to some yeah, to someone playing Gollum. And yeah, I don't know how to explain this game because it's been a long time, but it was very highly anticipated. It was like one of the first announced PlayStation VR games. But it didn't come out for years, like 4 years. Um, here I'm gonna show you the Gollum trailer. PSVR. Here, can you hear this? Let me see if I could put that on.
Frost and tide and storm and flame in the city
This
with
is like one of the first trailers.
tide and storm and flame and rust. Live the monsters of clay and dust. Storm and flame, rust and tide. We play a game of seek and hide. Flame and rust and tide and storm. If they catch us, we dream no more. Dream no more.
So yeah, I don't know if you don't remember that or not.
I remember it very
Yeah,
clearly
you
now.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I introduced you to that one and no bueno, guys. No bueno. Don't let that one be your first game you introduce someone who's never tried VR before for that to be their first time. They're not gonna have a good time.
That one was actually pretty hard to get used to in terms of like the motion, getting over that motion hump, like I said. And it took some time, but it was an enjoyable game for sure.
Yeah, dude. No, for sure. All right. Anyways, but moving on from that, there was another game that you played a lot, and that was what game was it again?
You're talking about Catan
Mhm.
VR? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to play a lot of Catan VR. Because honestly, it was just the easiest game. I can just kind of sit and relax and have some fun at the same time. I didn't have to do much, so I got used to playing in public lobbies of Catan for a while.
You got pretty good at Catan as well.
I did.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
you liked it so much that you actually bought the board game of it.
I actually do have the board game of it. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Also,
like,
the expansion to add 2 more players.
that's
So we
crazy,
can have a
dude.
max of like 8 people playing, I think, or something
Well,
like that.
what's the maximum amount of players that you've played with at one time?
I think probably like 6.
That's
Yeah,
a lot
6.
of people, dude.
Yeah, I took it to Crystal's house and my girlfriend's house, and we had literally like everybody in her family at that. Like under that roof at that time was playing Catan. It was fun.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a blast. I hope everyone
Yeah.
enjoyed their time.
It was great. Like, and I was like having to teach every single one of them, and like as we were playing, and so try to like not
Yeah.
like be a little conniving person to try and get all the resource that I need, you know. So
And yeah, dude, like VR really helps with that too. Like, you know, like yeah, VR really helps you learn board games like that very easily. Like, especially like how they implemented Catan from real world Catan to VR Catan. They implemented it very well. So yeah, I would recommend that game to anybody who likes board games for sure. All right, cool. Now let's talk about a game that you're not familiar with. They're gonna talk about Barbaria that just released today on the PlayStation VR2 store. It's been out on Steam VR for quite some time. However, Barbaria here, just released on the PSVR2 today. And I will say, guys, it is a lot of fun. A finalist for the 2023 VR Game of the Year, I would say so. The quality of the game is great. What really hurts the game, in my opinion, is the lack of player versus player. Like, I would love if you were playing, right, and then you just get a notification that somebody's invading your base, and then you could possess your player. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We're just gonna watch this trailer here. And before I start that, I am going to actually unmute the desktop audio so you guys hear it. Oh, hey. And we lost my friend. There he is.
you can't hear me?
I got you.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
I think I don't know something on my end like just went blank for a bit, and I just had to refresh.
Oh, for sure. So we're all good now, though.
It might have been on my end. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. Growing pains. You know, just this is the 16th episode. You know, don't expect great quality. Like, you know.
Medieval
One day we'll have a
in real time.
The mightiest amongst all players. Oh yeah!
All right, we're gonna restart this.
All new from Stalwart Games comes a mighty medieval adventure.
Take that!
Become the mightiest amongst all players. Oh yeah!
I can't hear you.
Fresh meat! Tasty! Upgrade to full-blown semi-god! So much power! Make it rain! Yeah! Invade and loot enemy realms. Build and defend your own with traps and minions and more! And see them squashed in replay mode! Collect them all to do thy bidding!
Sick!
Unleash everything in your arsenal to destroy them all! To the face! Everything can kill, even if it's already dead! There's only one rule! Yours! Welcome to Barbaria!
Dang,
The
this
day.
game released back in February, 9 months ago. So yeah, this game is a ton of fun, dude. I've been playing this game for the past couple of days now, provided by the key from Stalwart Studios or Stalwart Games. Sorry, but yeah, I think the game is a lot of fun, man. I think the game is solid for what it is. It has a great formula. I do believe that the resolution can be upped just a little bit. But regardless of that, I think it's a lot of fun. It's a grind, dude. This game is a grind. Like I didn't really expect of how much of a grind it would be. But like Yeah. So there's three different characters. There's a barbarian, there's the gladiatrix, and there's another one that I am not going to spoil because one, I haven't unlocked it yet, and two, I feel like you guys should play it in order to find out what it is because I feel it is one of those games that you guys should play. Um, so I don't know if you guys could see on this little tiny screen beneath me here, but there is this big green circle right there, and that's where your gladiator spawns. That's the character you possess, where it spawns at, and then there's up to four different little circles around it where you could place minions, imps, skeletons, whatever you name it. Onto those where they will help you in battle, and they do help because they help destroy these crystals that are around. The objective of the game is to get into these battlefields that are either generated from the game itself or player created levels. And you go in there and you destroy the crystals that are in there that spawn enemy characters that try to stop you from destroying the crystals. So let's just read this. Welcome to Barbaria. Enter a brutal world where visceral motion controlled combat blends seamlessly with God scale base building and asynchronous multiplayer raids. Attack other players, build defenses, and equip your team as you compete to be the mightiest in Barbaria. Bill.
Mike was cutting out.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Boo! You know
I don't know.
Oh,
Is the stream getting that too?
I don't know.
I don't think the stream's getting that. I think you're just getting that on your end because of this program, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sorry if there's any problems on your guys' end. But yeah, create your own by snapping together different tile pieces. Equip and place minions and structures to build your defenses. You know what's really cool about building is that you could actually upgrade individual pieces of the building. Everything is upgradable. Maybe a few things aren't upgradable, but I haven't found them yet. Like everything is upgradable up to the actual battlefield that you are fighting in is upgradable. It's crazy. Battle raid other player bases in asynchronous multiplayer. Systemic first-person melee combat offers a variety of combat styles, and what's cool too is, like I said, you go into God mode by pressing square. You'll be able to go into a third-person God mode view, where if you flip your hand over, you have meteor strike as you start off, and then you unlock some more things as you keep playing the game. Collect. You have like I said, you can collect these skeletons here, many different type of skeletons, and you can collect weapons. You can collect whatever you want, and you can also sell them too. There's a lot more to the game than meets the eye. I do feel though that after a certain point, I'm just like, where can I go? Like, you know, where can we go from here? And I feel like the next step would be like real time multiplayer, in my opinion. Like maybe have servers where there's like some multiplayer, like a person defending the base or something. I don't know, but
A classic like base defense game.
yeah, it's a classic base defense game, but with it just like with VR elements that make VR fun, you know. But I do feel like there could be a little bit more to it. As of right now, with over 2 hours of gameplay, first impressions, I do give it a 7.5. 7.5 in my book is really good, guys. Holy shit! If you guys want a fucking 8 or 9, yeah, you guys gotta fucking work for it. Fucking a 10 is impossible, dude. In my book, no fucking way. There's no fucking 10s. But fucking yeah, 7.5 for this game. Definitely recommend. Highly recommend. especially for people who want to play. But if people say that they have other games to play, then don't get it for sure. Go for it. But if you guys do want something new to play that will really engage you for hours on end, and just for $20, $19.99 on PlayStation VR2, you'll definitely get your money's worth in the first 2 hours of the game for sure. It's going to be very entertaining, and I could easily see people go at least 8 hours, at least 10 hours into this game. It's one of these games that has a lot of longevity for a VR game. Maybe even over 20 hours. Depends on how down people are to invade bases and how far these developers go. Do you have anything to say about this?
Tigger is causing a ruckus back there.
Oh, she can do whatever she wants, man. This is her house. This is my cat's apartment, you know? Like I just live here with them.
It's just great watching her like behind you, like get her 5 minutes of fame right now.
Oh, dude, she can do whatever she wants, man. She can do whatever she wants. Do you have anything to say about this game? Do you have any input, any suggestions? I know that you
honestly, I've never seen it. I've only seen the trailer for the game, so I really can't put any input on it.
For sure.
But it looks like a game I would try and play.
Yeah.
While we're on VR, so there's that.
It's definitely a game I would recommend right now, for sure. It's definitely a game I would recommend. All right, so moving on. Rockstar Games. So
GTA 6.
Tell me, Luis, what games have we played from Rockstar in the past?
Well, the only 2 games that we played are GTA 5 and RDR2. So
correct. Yep.
But I know you played like every Grand Theft Auto game there is or something like that. So
not quite, sir. I still have not played San Andreas, to be honest. Yeah, I have not played San Andreas yet. I haven't played I don't think I've played the OG. I think I played Grand Theft Auto 2. I haven't played the OG one where like Grand Theft Auto 2 is still like the one that's like top down view. Just like Grand Theft Auto 1. But yeah, I think like Grand Theft Auto 1 was like set in like the United States, while Grand Theft Auto 2 was set in fucking London or something like that. And that's the one I played. But yeah, like I played a little bit of 3. I played 4. I haven't played the DS games. So yeah, you're wrong, sir. So you're wrong,
Dang,
dude.
man. I'm sorry. All right.
You're good, dude. You're good. You're fine. But yeah,
going back to that tweet, right?
mhm.
I'm very intrigued on what's going to be presented to the public officially from them. So.
Yep. Yeah, this was yesterday, guys. Rockstar tweeted this yesterday morning. Next month marks the 25th anniversary of Rockstar Games. Thanks to the incredible support of our players worldwide, we have had the opportunity to create games we are truly passionate about. Without you, none of this would be possible. And we are so grateful to all of you for sharing this journey with us. In 1998, Rockstar Games was founded on the idea that video games could come to be as essential to culture as any other form of entertainment. And we hope that we have created games you love in our efforts to be part of that evolution. And last but not least, this is the tweet that everybody's talking about. We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Thank you, Sam Hauser. Dope. I'm excited.
First thing you think of right off the bat after reading all that.
Me? The first thing I thought of after reading that is that they never specified that it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6.
But it has to be. No, I don't know.
No. Yeah. It says specifically for the next Grand Theft Auto. Right?
Well, that means GTA 6, dude. Like, come on.
Right? No, that's like no, like that is the logical case. If I were to bet money on it, 100% I would bet that it's GTA 6. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, to make things interesting, to keep things interesting, I have to fucking think outside the box here and like, you know, like read in between the lines and be like, hey, yeah, it says the next Grand Theft Auto. It doesn't say Grand Theft Auto 6. It doesn't say anything. And I don't know if you know this or not, but back in the past, Meta, Meta Quest, the Quest Pro, the Quest 3, you know, whatever. Now Facebook, Meta Facebook, whatever. They announced that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was going to be coming to the Quest platform, to the VR landscape. But ever since then, they've never announced anything. So, for my VR viewers out there, this might be foreshadowing the GTA San Andreas, you know, because what's crazy too is that we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto, right? And we look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Yeah, they might release a trailer for, you know, a flash screen Grand Theft Auto like Grand Theft Auto 6, but they also might show San Andreas along with it for VR. If that's the case, that would be really cool. You know?
Fucking VR GTA would be a market all in its own, because I think a lot of people would really get into that.
It's coming, dude. It should be coming soon. Not soon, but
imagine like the fan base that plays RP right now on 5M. You know, imagine that fan base moving into VR because of that. You know, so that'd be a big fan base,
dude. Did you know? Did you know that there's actual trackers that people actually have, like, and buy, that they have on their wrists, on their hands, on their feet, on their knees, and they actually have tracking?
No.
PCVR. Yeah. VR chats are huge on that. VR chat's huge on that. They actually have I don't know if you've seen videos on it, but there's people who have stripper poles in their apartment, and they do it with their VR equipment on, with like the full body trackers and everything. So they go into like World in VR chat, right? That has a stripper pole, and then they align themselves where with the stripper pole is like they're in the real world, and they just get on the stripper pole, and it's fun. Yeah.
And like they're doing that in the game too.
Yeah. With all the trackers. Yeah, with all the trackers that they have wherever they set the trackers on. So people around them actually see their motion too. It's not true 1-to-1, obviously, because it's like the technology is not there yet. I mean, obviously, because like when you'll never see a fucking video game move like this yet, dude. Never, not yet. I mean, probably now with like the games out, but like for VR, this shit, dude, that takes a lot of like just to keep things like in motion, man. It's so tough.
A lot of pixels going really fast.
Yeah, a lot of pixels going really fast in front of your eyes, which is not a lot of fun. But do you have any input on this, man? Like, what are you expecting out of this Rockstar Games announcement?
GTA 6, man.
Yeah?
GTA, that's all I got, yeah. I wasn't really big into GTA until GTA 5. I think I played like the PSP version of GTA at the time. I don't remember which one it was. But yeah, I'm thinking GTA 6.
Was it Chinatown Wars? No, Chinatown Wars was DS.
Actually, it might have been Vice City or San Andreas, actually,
Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories.
for PSP.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of them.
yeah,
One of them.
either Vice City Stories or Liberty City Stories. So yeah, it's either one of those two for sure.
I just remember going in and like
Or Chinatown Wars.
doing the little cheat combo real quick, spawning in some tanks, getting that 5-star, and then just trying to survive.
That's funny. Yeah, man, that is a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun indeed. All right, cool. So I think that's it about the Rockstar Games thing. You know, I just already gave my opinion about it. Hopefully we'll see GTA San Andreas for meta or for VR in general. Hopefully we see that soon. But moving on. You know what's happening this weekend, dude?
The biggest fight.
Not the biggest fight, but
No,
a
I'm just-
pretty big fight. A
Pretty
pretty
big
big
fight.
fight. It's gonna be the main event is Hiri Prohaska versus fucking wow. Alex Pereira. There we go.
What? Did you
Hiri
almost forget his
Prohaska?
name?
Yeah, dude, I've been drinking and I'm high.
Okay.
So Hiri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira right here. Alex Pereira is actually a favorite. 100 by minus 22 to plus 102. Those are early odds right now, and this fight doesn't happen until the 11th. Man, it sucks because I'm gonna be asleep during this, dude. Fuck. All right.
The heck no, you're not. You're gonna be streaming it, remember? Not on live stream though.
Yeah, right. But the fight that I'm looking forward to, bro, is Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall. And all right, so I remember that you got really caught off guard by the last UFC event, right? Where Kamaru Usman filled in short notice for Paulo Costa to fight Khamzat Chimaev, right? And also Alexander Volkanovski going in on short notice for Charles Oliveira to fight against Islam Makhachev. And both of the people who went in on short notice lost. And like, you know, after you find out that it was short notice, you're like, oh man. All right, so the fight that I'm most anticipated for is a short notice fight. By the way.
Why?
Because it's going to be Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall and Sergey Pavlovich are on a tear. Every single one of Tom Aspinall's wins, 13 wins, 3 losses, every single one of his wins is by finish. Sergey Pavlovich is 18-1. 15 out of the 18 wins are by knockout. Like knockout, like TKO, KO. Went the distance 3 times and won. Tom Aspinall's most recent loss was due to a knee injury 15 seconds into a fight, while Sergey Pavlovich's only loss was to Alistair Overeem in his UFC debut in a week's notice in China, where Sergey Pavlovich barely had any sleep. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. My prediction, we're going to get to predictions later. But we're going to talk. We're going to go right into the early prelims that are on UFC Fight Pass. Dennis Buzashu, I don't know. It's going to be Dennis B versus Jamal E. Joshua V versus Kevin B. John Castaneda versus Kyung Hoi Kong. And Jared Gordon versus Mark Madsen. I've seen these two beef before. Wow. That's crazy how they're putting Jared Gordon here as the favorite against Mark Madsen. I've seen both of these guys fight. Honestly, if I were to put my money on this, I would put it on Mark Madsen. The reason why is because Jared Gordon, has isn't really successful in lightweight, and this is a lightweight bout. And Mark Madsen is also 12-1. Uh, and he's a lightweight as well. So yeah, I don't know why Jared. Like, I'm pretty sure that they're putting Jared Gordon as the favorite because of his weight advantage, but I just don't see it happening. Um, Nazim Sadikov versus Vyacheslav Borshev. Damn, dude, these Russians, man. What do you think about Russians? Russian MMA.
Hey, they're coming out the woodworks.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Mateusz Rebecki versus Roosevelt Roberts. We got Tabitha Rishi versus Lupi Godinez. Lupi has been a favorite for quite some time. Lupi has been. I've seen her last 3 fights and people love her. But Tabitha, like that's the thing, dude. Like these chicks, man. Like when it comes to the top 15, they get they really get a little competitive there against each other. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But Tabitha, from what I know, yeah, she's pretty tough, dude. Like 9-1 against an 11-3. This should be a banger for the women's division. Not gonna lie, it should be a really good fight. And then Steve Ursek versus Alessandro Costa. I think I've seen Alessandro Costa fight before. But yeah, anyways. No opinion on that. Diego Lopez, Pat Sabatini, Matt the Steamroller Frivola versus Benoit Saint Denis. That's gonna be a good one. Benoit Saint Denis is on a tear, looking to finally get into the rankings, going against Matt Steamroller Frivola. Don't fuck with Frivola. He is a steamroller. Jessica Andrade versus Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern, I could see Mackenzie Dern beat Jessica Andrade. I believe Mackenzie Dern has a height advantage. Yeah, height advantage. And just a little bit of reach advantage. Jessica Andrade, though, she has the style of going in and fighting dirty, fighting inside, where I believe that Mackenzie Dern will neutralize that and take her to the ground and submit her. Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall. I believe Sergey Pavlovich will get this one done. The reason why is because the fight that was supposed to happen was John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, right? And Sergey Pavlovich was the backup fighter for that fight. So Sergey Pavlovich has been training for the past 8 weeks, whatever, to fight against legends, to fight against John Jones, to fight against Stipe Miocic, right? He's been training. They both, John Jones had to cancel the bout due to injury, due to a shoulder injury, torn pectoral muscle. That will be like about 8 months of recovery. So Sergey Pavlovich is now fighting against Tom Aspinall, and Tom Aspinall is taking this fight on a short notice. And Tom Aspinall is on a tear. He's one of the best heavyweights right now, but I do believe that Sergey Pavlovich is going to knock this guy out. Not necessarily knock him out cold, but TKO him. I could see Sergey just pressure, being able to out footwork Tom Aspinall. Believe me, I don't know why I'm saying this. Tom Aspinall is really fast, really credited for his footwork and for his speed. But I do believe that people are going to be surprised by Sergey Pavlovich and how he's going to deal with that. I think he's going to be faster. I think that Sergey Pavlovich is going to be Sergey Pavlovich has more power and faster. So at least in the first round. Once it goes after the first round, the second round, third round, we'll see. Sergey Pavlovich has gone to the fifth round, but not in the UFC. Tom Aspinall has never been to the fifth round. So we'll see how that goes. Now, the main event. Do you know anything about these guys, Luis?
No, not really. Not enough to speak on it.
Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka. Jiri Prochazka was the fighter who defeated Glover Teixeira to get the championship. And Jiri was training for a fight, and he got injured. So then, after the belt switched hands, the belt switched hands, right? Like he shoulder got destroyed. Then it was going to be Magomed Ankalaev. Yeah, it was Magomed Ankalaev versus the Polish power Jan Blachowicz. And that fight ended up in a draw. And then it was Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill won, got the light heavyweight championship, and then he got injured. And so then the light heavyweight title got vacant again. And now it's going to be the guy who originally got injured, who never lost the belt in the first place. He's going to be fighting against Alex Pereira, who is getting trained by the guy who Jiri Prochazka beat for the title. Alex Pereira is a two-time Glory kickboxing champion, and Alex Pereira right now is going for a two-time UFC champion, like two divisions. So Alex Pereira was the middleweight and light heavyweight champion at one point in Glory kickboxing. Now Alex Pereira had got the middleweight championship. He beat Israel Adesanya in the 5th round in their first meeting, and got the championship like that. And now he's going for his second championship, going against the former champion, Jiri Prochazka.
Yeah,
After
all
saying-
I know is his engagements with Israel Adesanya. So I'm talking about Alex Pereira here. So
Right. I think my boy Alex Pereira is going to get it done, dude.
you think he's gonna win that one?
Yeah. Yep. I think here he's going to take Alex Pereira down. I think he will take him down, but not until after Alex deals damage. Like, I think Alex will deal damage, but here he's going to not like it and probably take him down. I feel like here he is going to just go in there guns blazing, and Alex is just too experienced. He's just way too experienced for someone like Jiri Prochazka to go in there and do his usual tactics. Like Alex has the power to back it up, and Alex has the speed, the agility. He's just the kickboxer, while Jiri Prochazka's the warrior. You know, like that's it. It's going to be the warrior versus warrior, like what Jiri Prochazka said. It's going to be a killer against a killer. You know, like it's going to be an outrageous fight, and I'm excited to see how it's going to happen and who's going to win. But you know what? I think that's about it for UFC, and now it's time for the main event, dude. You know what we're going to talk about?
The main event.
Yes. Escape from fucking Tarkov. All right. Can you give us a rundown of what Escape from Tarkov is while I go grab a fucking Red Bull, please?
Okay. Escape from Tarkov is a survival, like Uber survival first-person shooter game that focuses on you as a PMC operative, or well, let's start off by saying there's two different factions. You can either be USEC or a bear. Um, and if you choose either, or it's got its perks and its cons. So when you go into a PMC run, you go in there and you either try to quest your heart out to every quest that you can, or you go in there in PvP, and you either come out alive or dead, and that's pretty much what Tarkov is. It's a pretty good game if you really like to sit there and grind first-person shooters. It's got a lot of aspects to it that you can definitely find yourself exploring a lot of your time into. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on Tarkov? We've been playing together for a while on Tarkov, and it's been a whirlwind. It's got its ups and it's got its downs.
My opinion on Tarkov.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, so I don't know if you see this quote, but there's this quote right here on the bottom left from Gamers Decide. I've never heard of them, but it says Escape from Tarkov is the Dark Souls of multiplayer shooters. There's this other quote saying Tarkov is punishing. There's this other quote saying one of the hardest and punishing games of today. The other one says ready to escape from hell. You know what?
Exactly.
Fucking
That's how I would describe this game.
I fucking agree, dude. I agree with everything they're saying. I think that this is one of the hardest games I've ever played. I think this is the hardest game I've ever played, actually, come to think of it. There is no other game quite like it. There's games that are tough. I mean, like, here's the thing, guys. I remember when I was younger, I thought that Minesweeper was the hardest game I've ever played. It's because I didn't understand it, right? Now, here's the thing. There's things I understand about Escape from Tarkov, and there's things I don't understand about Escape from Tarkov. But there's the things that I understand about Tarkov still make me think that this game is one of the hardest games I've ever played. Because of the sheer amount of persistence and the sheer amount of fucking, like, will to learn things that they don't teach you. Like, the game does not teach you, and you have to learn by yourself in order to do it. With like here's the thing, guys. There's no UI, there's no mini map, there's no nothing. The only UI you have is to actually signify how much health you have, and on default, those are hidden. Those are not shown until, like, you're using them, or someone shoots you. They only
your settings.
Yeah, you would have to actually go into your settings to actually make them be shown at all times in order for your UI to be shown. It's one of those games where it's not for the feeble-minded. It's not for someone who plays The Sims all day and then wanting to try a new game. This game is for people who are wanting a really, really hardcore experience that is as immersive as it is hardcore. That is my opinion.
It is very immersive, and I think the comparable immersion that I can give you guys is like playing Phasmophobia and going through a house and then having like a ghost come up and like scare you, and like the gunshots in this game and the explosions and just the different type of engagements you have with either the AI or the other player PMCs or even scavs. It's quite intense, and it can make you jump in your seat if you get caught off guard every now and then. So it's pretty immersive.
Yeah. Like, man, the game, I do feel like the game is unplayable with only just one monitor. Would you agree?
Oh, for sure. You need like multiple monitors to play this game to have like, and I hate to say this because games should just have this stuff like implemented into them. You know, there should be more of this like interaction of tools used to be able to play the game more efficiently within the game, not let me open this, let me open that, you know. Anyways, beside that, yes, I agree because you need to have at least a map open, you know. So it's it's uh it's, it's something you can do in the game, like if you buy the maps, but it
Not every
doesn't
map has
have
it.
like it see there's that too. Like I didn't realize that until now. But like even if you did open the map within the game, they don't have like all the locations and stuff like all the UI and you know the map genie IO have. So
No, very true. No, very true, very true. Like so like he said, it's really hard for the game because it doesn't really give you any information at all. So let's say this: you first start the game right with no second monitor, right? You only have one monitor, and you just have the game right here. No phone for map or anything. You're just there. You don't know the keybinds. You don't know to double tap O to find out where your extractions are. The only time you find out what extractions were was when you first load the game and it showed you right there, and you only remember one of the 7 fucking names. You're like, all right, where's railway exfil and interchange?
yeah.
First timer, they will not know a fucking clue where that shit is, dude. Because like ever. The only way that they'll know is by through trials and tribulation or by guides. But go on.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say either by that or yeah, finding a source of knowing whether that be a map or a guide.
100%. Yeah, map or a guide you definitely need for this game. There's nothing quite like it. But you know what else is nothing quite like it in my opinion? The shooting, the gameplay, the actual physical gameplay of it. I feel like what makes it different than other games is because they really try to make it as realistic as possible for the guns.
Right.
You know, like there's some like for instance in first person shooters we're all used to the spread and like, you know, the crosshairs and like, all right, so if I just normally shoot at this in this like little thing, the bullets are going to spread around and they're going to hit that target because of my crosshairs showing. This game has no crosshairs. And it's a little off center too, so it's going to always be a little bit on the left hand side of the screen a little bit. And the thing is though is that there are spray patterns, but they're alike as how you are aiming down in ADS mode. And like it's just super accurate. It's not like, you know, like in Call of Duty where like if you have an LMG or a sniper rifle, like especially a sniper rifle in Call of Duty where the crosshair is just huge and they're just inaccurate as fuck. And like, you know, like you see all those like street those highlights back in the day where someone does like a 360 no scope and it's completely luck because like, you know, like it's literally where the bullet just wants to go and like that crosshair, right? In this game there's no crosshair like that. It's just that specific part where the gun points, you know? So there's that that I've noticed. When you get shot and you get hurt and you bleed, you would have to actually find cover and heal.
Or else what, Elvert? Or else what?
Or else what? You die.
You die.
You die. And just tell us more about the gameplay, dude. Like what happens after you die? What, like, you know, what happens, like, you know, if you win, like what happens?
Well, I could just show you in the stream instead of, you know.
Let me turn this shit on. There it is. Here you go. All right, so I don't know if you guys could see his screen right there, but that's what he's streaming down there on the bottom right.
All right, so this is
So walk.
Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
You know, you first, when you first log in, I'm sure you're gonna check out these tabs, and this explains everything you need to know about the game inside your character. You got your gear, what you're gonna wear, and your rigs and your pouches. Which your pouches, you put stuff in there, and you can always keep them, and you would never have to be afraid of ever losing them in raid. You got your loot, and then you got your well, let it load here.
So yeah, when you die in this game, everything that's not in your pouch on the character's side screen on the left, you lose.
So this is the hideout. You use it to upgrade many things that can give you, health items, food and water items, ammo, and useful little trinkets. And this is also sometimes maybe backpacks, gear, helmets, armor. You got your weapon rack and whatever not. Well, this is just your hideout, right? So then you come back and you push this button, and you got two things. You can either run it as a scav or a PMC. And when you do one of the other, which is a scav, you basically do exactly what this word means. You scavenge, and you find a bunch of loot, and you try to get out with it without dying or having to shoot at another scav for being bad. So yeah.
Man, what else is there? Traders. Traders. Can you give us can you show us what the traders are?
Oh man, there's a ton of traders here. You can level them up as you do quests and whatnot. Each one of them will give you their own tasks that you can complete for reputation and
For instance, can you show us how many tasks you've completed so far? The show completed tick right there. But yeah.
So if I've updated my thing, well, actually we could just look at it from here. Yeah, as you can see, I've completed quite a few for each one of these.
So we know some friends that that we know in real life that played this game, right? Or like we try to get to play this game, and they haven't even finished one quest.
Yeah, but this is one of those games that require a taste for survival games like this, and not a lot of people want to sit there and learn and grind a game out that they're probably not enjoying at that moment, so which there are times that I do not enjoy playing this game, but I do stick it out and try and get better, so
Yeah, most of the time I don't want to play this game.
I just makes me mad sometimes, but it's like a good mad, I don't know how to say it, but
now because of us playing this game for so long, we know we know kind of like the lore and stuff like this, right? Like how Arena is coming out very soon, and supposedly this whole Russia 2028 project that they have. If you guys didn't know, Escape from Tarkov is literally a beta of a beta of a beta. like I don't know. It's like really Inception. So with Tarkov, what they're really trying to do is, can you show us the map screen real quick on the bottom right? Or can you show us the maps? So yeah. I click on next on PMC, right? All right, cool. So there are some maps in there, as you can see, that are not available yet. Once all those maps are available, the rumor is that they're gonna try to uh make the maps co-align and like make them all into one big map. Which that the end game of that will be, I believe, Russia 2028. It's going to be their big open world survival game, like how Daisy is. But yeah, like this is just a little taste of what we have right now. How many maps are playable right now? Can you tell us?
So you got streets, interchange, customs, factory, woods, reserve, lighthouse, shoreline, and the lab. So 9.
You got 9 maps, dude. And how many maps are unplayable right now?
3. So
That's crazy,
total of
dude.
12 maps.
Dude,
that could possibly be in the future.
Isn't that crazy how they just released Streets of Tarkov a year ago?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. They released Streets of Tarkov a year ago. So they released Streets a year ago, 1 year ago, and or no, like less than a year ago. Something I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, somewhere around there, and they're still expanding it, man. They're still expanding it. They're still working on each and every single map. They're making things a little different. It's cool because you'll on customs, for example, you're able to see reserve, you're able to see shoreline, you're able to see woods, and you're able to see streets and interchange or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just making the map bigger and bigger and bigger, and yeah, it's only going to get better from here.
It is, and it's a great game, and where it's headed is going to be a bright future for its game. For for the developers and everything, so it'll be awesome to see the progression.
Oh, one of my favorite things about what brings us back to this game for you, actually.
For me, the aspect of like wanting to survive and get out with something good, or get out with completing a quest, or even the task objective, so just the thrill of being able to be like, yeah, I got out of that raid, and it be an absolute like crazy raid where you kill a bunch of scavs and stuff, and so it brings like a really cool reward factor once you get out of the raid alive.
Yeah, dude. Definitely. My favorite thing about Escape from Tarkov would be how the developers, Battlestate Games, love their content creators and love their community. As bad as the cheating problem is.
Oh, the cheating.
As bad as the cheating problem is, you could just tell how much Battlestate Games appreciates their player base. If people say no, because what other game do you see that is a live service game except for Fortnite? What other games do you see out there that make content creator items like skins? Like this game, there's no skins, kind of, not really, but there's like masks, there's collectibles, there's barter items that you collect that are specifically tied to content creators, and content creators come up with what they want. Like Landmark, for example, he created the rat poison. He created rat poison. Pestilli, he wanted to have the fucking plague mask, and they gave him the plague mask. There's this guy named Batty. There's this content creator named Batty who has a beard, and it's his beard. Uh, Veritas, he has guitars behind him all the time, and his uh, creator item is a guitar pick. It's super cool, man. Like there's really some really cool things that BSG really does to really give back to the community, and I feel like this is not the end of it. I think that there's going to be more things, and yeah, that's about it for me. Do you want to talk about the cheating problem?
The cheating problem is it sucks. It really does suck. It takes away from how good the game is. Like in its current state, the game is really good, really good. And I feel like, like yeah, there's always going to be a cheater, but it needs to be addressed in a way where it doesn't happen as blatantly as it does now, I think. So, and it makes having to go out there with your loot and try to get a quest done or an item out of raid that much harder to want to do. And it takes away from the best aspect of the game, which is trying to run it as a PMC and get out with, good shit and your quest done. So
How can you survive if you have somebody who has ESP or like a radar or able to see where you are at all times? When you don't have that information, like people, like guys, the cheating problem in this game is horrible. The cheaters, like the people who creates the software, are milking their money, dude. It's $45 a week for some of these cheats. $45 a fucking week just so you could have these cheats and ruin other people's time. Like, it's just not worth it, dude. I don't think it's worth it. I think the game is more enjoyed being played how it's meant to be played, with by being played with no other monitor, with just one monitor, and making it the hardest game ever. The reason why you have to use another monitor is because that's just the way it works. Like if if this was like the perfect world that BSG wanted, or wants, we would all have one monitor and we would be in here and there would be no data miners and we would just all be clueless of how to play this game. Even people with 5,000 hours, dude.
you know what though? That's classic games though, because
Yeah.
when you think about games back then, there were no guides. There were nothing, dude. You popped a cartridge into the fucking Nintendo or Super what is it? The Super Nintendo and or whatever it may be, Genesis or your GameCube. I can no. But back, the old games, it's like you didn't have a guide, you didn't have nothing. It was like you had to play the game and explore and go into it with nothing to to help you out and progress in the game. Like if you had a boss that you just couldn't kill, you couldn't kill it until you figured out, one step that you're having to do mid fight just to dodge like a really big hit or something. So to have all this resource now, whereas like the maps and the apps that can track like the quests that you've done and or the items that you need for hideout or even quests, they help you out a lot in this game. And you going into it as a brand new player, not knowing any of it, oh my gosh. it's like throwing yourself into a sport not knowing anything about it. Like just to put it into perspective, I guess. So.
Yeah, guys, just imagine going and playing cricket for the first time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
nothing. So getting yourself a guide or a friend that may know a bit about Tarkov is the best advice I can give you guys.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just even knowing a little bit of Tarkov will get you a long way. Like, because just going in here knowing nothing, dude. Like, just imagine playing like 5 raids in a row, not knowing where any of the extracts are. Bruh, that'd be bad.
Yeah, it would. I was waiting for something else after that. I'm sorry. It's kind of
No,
silence.
no, you're good. You're good. No, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, that's Tarkov.
Yeah, and the more that I see your screen, the more that I want to play Tarkov.
Heck yeah.
Are there any Oh yeah. Guys, Escape from Tarkov Arena is going to be coming out soon.
Oh man. I'm ready for that.
If you guys don't know what Arena is, yeah, it's going to be all PvP. It's going to be 5 versus 5. It's pretty much, think of if you guys know anything about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare or Battle Royale, there's this gulag that they have. And what the gulag is that after you die, you only have 1 life in there, right? But if you kill them, you go back into the map, right? But in this game, there's no going back into a map or whatever. You know, you just either kill them and then you just go into the next round. I think think of it like search and destroy, but without the bomb planting. So so everybody only has 1 life, and everybody's just out there to kill, and friendly fire is on at all times. Tarkov mechanics and whatever. It's gonna be a brutal 5 versus 5 shooter, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun. What do you think about the upcoming Arena?
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Throwing ourselves into PvP like that is gonna be a big change for us, because we tend to stay in the shadows a lot in our games, whereas like you're gonna have to be a pretty aggressive or know your angles and stuff on something like Arena. So I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it too, man. I'm tired of hiding in the shadows and only killing scavs, Like I wanna go and kill and like run up there and be Chad, but it's hard. It's hard. You just can't do that.
Dude, we got to get used to like maybe like boss farming or something, and then like be cool with boss farming, and then that way we feel more comfortable with the actual game. Because I feel like there's an aspect of the game that we just haven't touched, and
oh yeah,
and that's where we got to get to,
Man, how many more hours do you think that'll take? 500 more hours?
I think we're gonna just keep learning the game, regardless of the hours that we put in.
Yeah, regardless of how you heard it here first, y'all. Regardless of how many hours we put in, we're still gonna learn more about this game, just like how life is. This game equals life.
Yeah. One can say that.
All right, fellas. Any last words? Anything else?
Appreciate you guys having me on the channel. Especially you, Elvert, obviously. the channel guy.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I look forward to coming on again and maybe talking about some other stuff. So that I always enjoy seeing Tigger behind you too. It's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you guys for watching. I had to put out a video for content. It's been a while, and I've been playing with this guy for the past month and a half. So I was like, hey, you know what? Why not? Like, since we've been playing for the last month and a half, just get on here and we'll just talk about what we've been doing for the last month and a half.
Yeah, I'm always down for it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, guys. Get Barbaria. Barbaria is out right now for $20 on all VR platforms except for Pico, maybe. Just get it. Just go get it, and you'll probably see me on there. With that being said, though, Have yourselves a good night, y'all. Take care, and I'll be in Tarkov for a bit.